Hello students, welcome back to another lesson. In this lesson we're going to look into equivalent fraction. Equivalent fraction. The question is, what is then equivalent fraction? Equivalent fractions are two or more fractions that are all equal. Two or more fractions that are all equal. So let's define it. Alright, there are two or more fractions that are equal. Alright, for example, if you have 1 over 2, do you know that this 1 over 2 is the same as 2 over 4? Do you know that? How? Okay, I'm going to explain to you. If you carry this fraction, let's carry this fraction, the fraction 1 over 2. Do you know that if I will multiply the numerator 1 times 2 over 2 multiplied by the same number 2, right? 1 times 2 is 2 and 2 times 2 is 4. Can you see? So it's equivalent to this because we multiply both the numerator and the denominator using the same multiplier. So it's equivalent. If I want to get back this fraction now, I can simply divide the numerator by the same number with the denominator, which is 2. Can you see? So 2 divided 2 is 1 and 4 divided 2 is 2. So it's actually the same fraction. That's why we call them equivalent fraction. Another example is when we have 2 over 3 is the same as 6 over 9. Why? Because if you carry this 2 over 3 and multiply the numerator by 3, 2 times 3, and the same thing with the denominator, multiply the denominator by the same number 3, we're going to have 2 times 3 is 6 and 3 times 3 is 9. Also, if you want to get back this, we will divide the numerator and the denominator by the same number. So divide here by 3 and divide here by same 3. We're going to say 6 divided 3 is 2 and 9 divided 3 is 3. Can you see? Equivalent. So that's why we say that equivalent fractions are fractions that are equal. Two or more fractions that are equal. Simply because the numerator might be having the same number multiplying or the same number dividing. So that's what equivalent fraction is all about. So let's solve some problems and see. Alright, we have an example here. 2 questions. Write the equivalent fractions by filling the box. So this place is empty. We want to find the number that will replace it so that these fractions will be equivalent, right? So how are we going to do it? The easiest way to go about it is to cross multiply. Cross multiply this. Can you see? We'll have to introduce an unknown, right? Introduce an unknown. We don't know what is in the box. It's x. Let's make it x. So if we cross multiply it, we're going to have what? We're going to have 2 times x is 2x is equals to 1 times 6, 1 times 6, right? Which will be 2x is equals to 1 times 6 is actually what? 6. So divide both sides by the unknown of the alphabet, which is 2. Can you see? So 2 cancel 2 here. And 6 divided by 2 is 3. The number that's supposed to be in the box is what? Is 3. Are we there? So the next one, the same thing we're going to do. Remember, you're going to cross multiply. So cross multiply this. And we don't know what is inside this place. So let's make the unknown x. You can make it anything you want. You can make it the first alphabet of your name, right? So okay, let's see. So we have 2 times x. Is that not? Is equals to 4 times 4. And 2 times x is what? 2x is equals to 4 times 4 is actually 16. So divide both sides by what? 2. Whatsoever you do to this side, you do it to this side. Is that not? So these two will cancel these two. And 16 divided by 2 is actually what? 8. So the number that's supposed to be here will be 8. Can you see? It's very, very easy. So you can see that if we can check it, as we've said that this one is 3. 1 times 3 is 3, and 2 times 3 is 6. Is that not? This one. Then we have 2 times 2 is 4. Is that not? Then 4 times the same 2 is going to be 8. So I say it's very, very easy, right? So let's see more examples. Alright, we have another set of questions. We have to find the equivalent fraction by filling in the box. So as usual, the first thing to do is cross multiply, right? If you cross multiply, let's make this one this time around to be what? Let's make it to be y, right? Let's assume it's y. So it's going to be 6 times y is equal to 12 times this one, right? So we have 12 times 1, and 6 times y is 6y is equal to 12 times 1 is 12. So you always divide both sides by the number that is together with the alphabet. That's the coefficient of the alphabet. So it's 6 divided both sides by 6 here. This 6 can cancel 6, and 12 divided by 6 is actually 2. So what is supposed to be here is 2. Is that not? So let's see the next one. As usual, cross multiply. You have this multiplied by this, right? And we'll have 4, which will, let's make this one to be z. Let's assume it's z, right? So it will be 4 times z is equal to 3 times 8. Is that not? So 4 times z is 4z is equal to 3 times 8 is 24. So you divide both sides by 4, right? So 4. So this cancel this 4. You're left with z. Is that not? So 24 divided 4 is 6. So 4 here is 1 and 4 here is 6. So you have z is equals to 6. So what's supposed to be here? It's supposed to be what? 6. Very easy. Is that not? Maybe let's use more examples. Alright. Another set of questions. So let's fill in the box in order to get the equivalent fraction. But this time around, the empty boxes are on the left hand side. But don't worry, it's the same way we're going to use. So let's make this one to be c, right? The unknown to be c, and cross multiply it. You cross multiply, what are we going to have? We're going to have c times 6, or 6 times c, anyone you did, is going to be 12 times 5, right? So 6 times c is 6c is equal to 12 times 5 is 60. So divide both sides by what? 6 and 6. This cancel this, right? And 60 divided by 6 will go what? 10 times. Is that not? 60 can divide 6 60 can divide 6 10 times. So the answer is 10. So that means this c is 10. How? 10 divided by 2 will give you what? 5. And 12 divided by 2 will also give you what? 6. So it's actually equivalent. So the next question, the same thing. Let's make it y. Cross multiply. 3 times y is equal to 12 times 6. And 3 times y is 3y is equal to 12 times 6 is 72. Is that not? Then divide all through by what? 3? 3. This will cancel this. So 72 divide 3 is 24, right? So if you check it, this one can divide 3 24 times. So the answer is 24. So this test will be what? 24. Because 24 divide 4 is 6 and 12 divide 4 is 3. So these are actually equivalent fractions. I hope it's very clear, right? All right, students, before I finish up the lesson, I have an assignment for you here. You are to find the equivalent fractions by filling in the boxes, right? Remember, the first thing to do is to always cross multiply, make the both to be unknown, and divide both sides, right? You will always get the equivalent fraction. So try this. Make sure you practice more problems because it's going to make you a better person. Remember that practice make perfect, right? Till then, see you in the next lesson. Thanks for watching.